The new Vehicle Efficiency Standard Act 2024, the NVES Act, sets carbon dioxide or CO2 emissions targets from 1st of July 2025 for new passenger cars and light commercial vehicles, such as utes and vans, entering the Australian market. Regulated entities, such as car manufacturers and suppliers, have a legislated duty to meet or beat the CO2 targets set out in the Act. Each year, the CO2 targets are lowered, meaning entities are encouraged to supply more fuel-efficient or low-emissions cars year on year, giving Australian consumers more choice. Before a road vehicle can be provided for the first time in Australia, it needs to be entered on the Register of Approved Vehicles, or RAV. Entities must enter 4 NVES-specific data fields on the RAV in order to comply. They are NVES vehicle type, carbon dioxide or CO2 emissions number, mass in running order or MIRO value, and the rated towing capacity. We use this data to calculate an entity's interim emissions value or IEV. So how is an IEV calculated? Let's take 2 cars from the same supplier. They're both passenger cars, but one is heavier than the other. Each car will get a different CO2 target because it's adjusted up or down depending on how heavy the car is. Heavier cars have higher targets. We then assess how the cars performed against the CO2 target set in the NVES Act for that year. In February of the following year, the entity will receive their IEV, which represents their performance across their fleet. If their IEV is below 0, they've beaten the CO2 target and will be issued units. If their IEV is 0, they're compliant. If their IEV is above 0, they've not met the CO2 target. Entities with an IEV above 0 will need to act over the next 2 years to reach a final position of 0. Otherwise, they may receive a penalty. To comply, they could provide more low emissions cars in another year and earn units to balance their performance, choose to trade for units with another entity and use those units towards reducing their IEV. If they don't want to trade for units or they can't earn enough, they can pay the penalty. We want to make sure entities voluntarily comply with the NVES Act by making the process clear and as easy as possible. Find out more at nvesregulator.gov.au.